I'm live. Okay, good morning. While I'm waiting for everyone to show up, I'm making coffee and then... making coffee, and then I will go share the link on the Discord so we can get everyone in here, start asking all those questions. I know I'm running late. I found a new YouTuber, and I don't mean like he's new, but I had never heard of him before. And I mean, you know, he's a small YouTuber at 1.3 million followers or whatever it is. But I got caught up in one of his videos. And then I was like, "Oh, it's 8:57. How much time is left on this video?" And it was like an hour and a half left of a 4-hour video, and I was like, "Oh my goodness. I better go or I'm never going to go." I cannot believe it's already December 8th. Is anyone else like disappointed by how fast this month is going? I just realized last night I forgot to even put up the advent calendar for my kids. I don't even know how people who do Elf on a Shelf do it, because like I forgot the advent calendar. That's it. Could you imagine how many times I would have forgotten the Elf on a Shelf by now? Like, that Elf on a Shelf, I would have had to have come up with so many different excuses as to why he couldn't move that it just would have been not worth it. Okay, light. Hi, baby. Giddy. No, you can stay there. You're fine. I'm just going to set up around you, okay? Maybe. Here we go. Okay. Oof. I'm old, so I come with sound effects. Okay. Alright, well, I might actually have to move you. Maybe. Your butt is just right in the way. Ugh. Both of my cats are in food comas right now. So far, replay people get to sit here and watch me ramble for 3 minutes. I'm sorry. Okay. Let's see. Can I move this at all closer to me without disturbing a cat? Or... yeah, okay. Well, that's a little weird. Alright, angle's a little off, but that's okay. It's because I've got piles of notebooks on the floor. Piles! Alright, there we go. Now the light's off a little bit. If I move the light that way. Alright. Not studio, but good. Change. Got it. Discord. There we go. All right. I got everything I need. I got coffee. My cats are asleep. We'll just see if anyone comes in. Sabrina, Judith, Alex, good morning. Morning, morning, hi. How are you? Hi, Ember. I'll be here for only like 30 minutes. I have to go sign my lease for 2024. Yes, that is very important. We do not need you homeless in the middle of Saskatchewan, Canada in winter. Like, that would be very bad. Working the day job, calling my patients. How are you doing today? I'm doing great. Thank you. I was explaining to nobody a few minutes before y'all got here that I was late-ish. I think I started like right at 9:01, but I was making coffee, so I didn't get the link shared into the Discord until like 9:05 or whatever. But anyway, I found a new YouTuber. Not a new YouTuber. He's been around a while. He's got like over 1 million followers. But I was all caught up in one of his videos. And then I looked at the clock and it said 8:57. And in my head, I'm going, I know I need to make coffee so I can go live, right? But I looked at the clock, 8:57, and then I was like, well, how much time is actually left? Because if he's almost done, I'll just finish the video and be a little bit late. And he had like an hour and a half left to go. I was like, oh, I better just go now. It was a nice way to start my day, though, to just kind of relax and watch YouTube after the absolute chaos that has been this week. And I'm going to have more chaos this afternoon. So it was nice being able to just watch a video. Finally getting editing done for book 2. Yay! Congratulations! I had it formatted before my computer crashed, so I'm working from an old file. Ah, yeah. But at least you get to work on it. Finishing book 3 of my Bourbon Legacy series this weekend. Yay! Way to go, Judith. Oh, are you awake now? As you're rubbing up against my stand? Hi. Oh, you want the window. Okay. The sun and window and light. I'm picking on my cats. Today might be the day for Mom. Last chemo. Fingers crossed. I have finally felt the full annoyance of Lost File. I have read my whole damn book to rebuild my PHP for Silent Souls Online. Oh yeah, Alex. How is the hubby? Oh, that's good. Yeah. So everything was a success. He's home, he's safe, he's happy, you're happy. Sabrina, don't even worry about typos in the chat. They don't bother me. He's not whining, so you're happy. Oh my gosh. Never mind surgery, healthy, happy. He's not whining. Now I get to rewrite 12 months worth of game stuff for the emails, and I have a month to do it. That is going to be so easy. It's going to be so much easier than it sounds. Like once you get going, it's going to be easy. Work computer is being extremely slow. I'm sorry. The thing with emails is for the most part, like, yes, there are specific emails on occasion that require just so much more thought and energy. You're like, for specifically your promotional emails, when you're asking someone to go buy your book, that there's certain psychology behind it. You've got to word things a certain way. It's got to be more persuasive without being pushy. And that takes like just so much energy, right? But the rest of the emails, the marketing emails, the ones that you're just sending out as newsletters, those are easy. Those are just like literally, what am I doing today? What do I feel like talking about? And then it can be as easy as, you can do what I do. I go onto Google Docs. Like if I show you, I will open it up. You won't be able to see specifically. Can you see? If I turn this a little bit, ignore the mess, okay? I'm cleaning. Ignore the mess. But if you look at the Google Doc, on this side here, these are all the titles of the emails. These are the subject lines. So then I open this up in Google Docs and I get on my phone and I just start dictating, blah, 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 blah. And I was thinking about this today and yada, yada, yada. And then I came across this person and she said this thing and I couldn't believe it. and then just write the email. You almost don't even have to think about it, because it's just, what do you want to talk about? And then what's the next thing you want to talk about? And what I like about doing it this way, all in a single document, I can move them around if I want to, but particularly what I like is if I'm in the middle of dictating one email and then I get a thought for another one, because Alex, as you're writing, or even if you don't want to use dictation, if you just want to write, as you're writing, more ideas come up. So if I'm writing and I've got this thing on I'm writing an email about an author platform, and then I say something along the lines of, an author platform is not the same as social media, and then I start going down, and I want to go down that tangent and write something else, that's my next email. It's just like, okay, wrap this up so I can hit the next page and talk about, how to build your part of your author platform on social media or whatever. Gonna try to work on the book sometime this week. However, with Mom and Boo's last surgery coming up, working him to a new home, it's hard to schedule some editing time. Yeah, it took me 45 minutes just to get the character names, real names, and on the right dragons. Oof. Hopefully December is the month of ending for life so I can write. There are 11 characters in the Rainbow Legion, and I needed their real names, character names, in-game, and what color dragon they were. Ah! All right, Ember, have a great day. Thank you for popping in. I have a lot of stuff I have to do today, too. So once this live is done, I'm going to be running most of the day. Each color was a different type of dragon from around the world. No problem. Have a great day. Bye. I will see you on Monday. Oh my God. Is there anything better when you enjoy coffee than taking that sip of hot coffee? I don't think so. I mean, if you don't like coffee, then obviously it would be like your sip of hot tea, or your sip of iced coffee, or your sip of soda, or your sip of water, or whatever. You dinged and I thought that was my phone. I'm sorry. Client decided to message me to let me know something. And it's great. I need to know these things. But she dinged. And I found out like one downside of having moved my you went to check your phone. One downside of having moved my lives to YouTube off of TikTok is that I can't use airplane mode to stop all the messages. Because like it just knocks me offline, and then YouTube says, nope, you can't go online yet. All right. So I can be sure we're on the same page. Difference between social media and author platform. I believe I know, but let's be sure. Ooh, good question. Okay. All right. Your platform. I got the whiteboard for this and everything. It's almost like I wanted someone to ask. I swear to God, it wasn't a setup. Is pure coincidence. I always have a whiteboard. Almost always. Sometimes it's out of reach, but I always have a whiteboard. Anyway, okay, so your author, the whiteboard. No. I need a smaller one that's easier for me to hold up. Anyway, okay, so your author platform is exactly what it sounds like. It is the platform, it is the stage at which anyone can find you, basically, and interact with you. And you get to build it however you want. So, hopefully, can y'all move my... Oh, hey, notebooks. Okay, so, yeah, you can see this. Okay, so if you are here... And I know you got hair. Okay, so if you are here, and I am so sorry that I am not an artist, and I did not do you justice, okay? But bear with me, because besides that, it's still gonna make sense. I'm just not an artist. But, so you are here, you're standing on your platform, right? You can build this any way you want. Meaning, I can't, my cat bed is like messing me up here. You can build it any way you want. Meaning, you can keep the audience, right, all around here. They're all in front. They're all watching you. They're all gathering around you. You can have backstage passes. You can have people... Oh, hold on, cat. Say hi to the floof. All right, go. All right. You can allow people to get as close to you as you want. You can have backstages, whatever. But this is your platform. And how people have access to you, to your person, to your presence, to your message, to your books, etc. Now, what you build this stage out of is also up to you. Social media is like one brick. You might have, let's erase your audience for a minute, because building bricks through people's heads is weird. Anyway, so you might have TikTok, email, and a website. You might add in Facebook. Then you might add in Facebook ads, and you might add in the Amazon author page itself. You might use BookBub. Is that right? Yeah. You might use BookBlurb, BookBaby, one of those. Oh my God, there's so many. Then you might be interviewed in a podcast. You might start a YouTube channel. You might write a guest column in a big magazine. You might go speak at a writer's conference, right? And each of these things, all of them, make up your entire platform. So while, this one and this one and this one and this one and this one might be social media related. All together, that is your platform. Second most feared item she has. I got here just in time for the whiteboard. Yay, Missy! Hi, Missy. Good morning, Jessica. Judith, does that make sense? Does that make more sense than before? Thwackers being the other. Those are my scariest tool. Don't make me get the thwackers out. Is it weird that I love being known for having whiteboards and thwackers? Dale! Good morning, Dale. All right, if you have to jump up, come on. Okay. I have a friend named Wendy Cooper. Or no, I'm sorry, Wendy Coop, not Cooper. And she posted this picture of her cat. She is a brand strategist. There you go. Anyway, she posted this picture of her cat. And the cat was sitting on a Lego box, and the Lego box was a Titanic, and now I really want that one. But anyway, cat Lego box. And all I kept thinking was, she was like talking about like how the cat won't like leave this box so that she can build this Lego Titanic. And all I kept thinking was how cats tend to perch where they feel the most secure, because they are just naturally paranoid creatures that like are constantly on the lookout for everything from prey to predators, etc., right? It's just part of being a cat. So they usually find the most secure spot in the room, and they usually try to make sure that, like, if you are their safety guardian, that they are within sight, that they can check on you easily, right? And I'm like, so if cats love the most secure spot, I don't know if the Titanic is it. Like, I don't know if that's it. I don't know. Absolutely. All right, good. Good. I'm glad I was able to clear that up for you. Good. And you can also make each of the bricks as small or as big as you want. So you can decide that you want Facebook to be your primary, like that's the biggest brick in your platform. For whatever reason, you love Facebook, all your people are on Facebook. Facebook is easy to use because everybody's on Facebook. Your group is on Facebook. Maybe you've got the biggest platform there, whatever, it doesn't matter. That can be your biggest. Your biggest ones are going to take up the most energy. They're the ones that you're going to want to focus in on the most, right? So completely makes sense. And then you might have, say, email be a smaller part. Maybe because you're not good at emails yet, or you keep forgetting, or whatever. And then they can shift, they can change. You can decide in a year, you can get your email strategy all figured out and put more energy into it and make that a bigger part. So it might be weird standing on a stage where all the bricks are shifting, but that's what we end up doing. Hello, can you stop kneading, please? You and your claws. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I stop petting you? Rude, huh? Huh? You're just like throwing your fur in my face. I need someone to whack me upside the head when I stay up late at night. I don't have any nighttime thwackers. I can't really help with that part. Well, wait a minute. Are you staying up late at night because like you're working? Are you staying up late at night because kids? Do you have cats who keep you awake? Do you have your own little void floof? All right, Alex. I won't be here in an hour, but, and I already forgot what you said you were going to do. Hold on. I know you said it, and I thought about it, and I put it in my brain. Signing your lease so you're not homeless in 2024. That's right. Go enjoy. I mean, is it really ever fun to sign a lease? I don't know, but go not be homeless. Or are you just writing until 3 a.m.? Yeah. I think my brain is just overworked. I do have my cousin's dog in the bed, so it's her sometimes. Dogs are bed hogs. They are. So if your brain is just overworking, try to, first off, how this works is going to be trial and error, and I'm sorry. There's no good way. Like, there's no blanket that works for everyone. There's just not. But try cutting off all caffeine, or at least cutting back on caffeine, depending on how heavily you drink caffeine, earlier in the day. So, like, if you usually have a gigantic soda with supper, for example, which is me, I do, or if you usually have coffee or tea at night or something, switch to decaf or switch to water or whatever so that you can cut the caffeine earlier in the day. Actually, and that's up to you, whatever you decide. I have decided to start cutting caffeine at 2 o'clock, and that seems to work for me. But prior to that, I tried 5 o'clock, I tried 4 o'clock, I tried 8 o'clock. Like, I did all kinds of stuff. 2 o'clock seems to be right around the sweet spot for me. If it's past 2, it's decaf only, decaf options only. But I saw, who was it? I think it was Dr. Mike. I might have my YouTube channels mixed up. But he said that caffeine takes like 6 to 8 hours to get out of your system. And in the meantime, it's just messing up your sleep. It's not necessarily even just that it's keeping you up, but it's making the sleep that you do get restless. And so if you want to be able to sleep deeper when you are sleeping and potentially get to sleep faster on the way to sleep, cut it earlier. So find the sweet spot. Ow! Stop kneading! That's my knee. That is not just some pillow. Oh my goodness. Yes, I love you. You're getting kicked off for that. All right. So yeah, you might want to think about switching to even like lemonade, or something earlier in the day to help you get better sleep at night. If you get better sleep at night, maybe you'll be, that'll probably over time fix certain other things. Like, I hit a wall usually in the middle of the afternoon where I'm just like, I cannot stay up anymore. And like usually right around the time that I have to get my kids, get them home from school, and like right after homework, I'm like, okay, mommy's gonna go lay down because I'm tired, you know? Like things like that. It's just wild. I don't know if you have a dog bed, but one of the things that I used to do with Cadence that you can try, Cadence is smaller, but I got a little dog bed and I put it on my bed. So, because she sleeps like a cat, and she was always jumping up on my bed. And then, yeah, bed hug. Freaking Chihuahua / Corgi blend. I mean, she was all of like this big, and she would take up all my bed, the whole freaking bed. And she would just get up and like run around and like just insane. I got a little dog bed and I put it on my bed, and she pretty much stayed right in there for most of the night. Every once in a while, like if she got cold or if one of the cats chased her or something, she would jump out of it. But for the most part, it kind of stuck. So, and if you don't have like a dog bed that you can use that you can put on your bed, try like a textured blanket, like one of those like fake rabbit fur things. If you lay that like at the foot of your bed, the dog more than likely, maybe, depends on the dog, but more than likely will like the texture and will just hang out there. So in the very least, she's not going to hog up your whole bed. She's going to want that textured thing. What are other ways to, oh yeah. The other thing you can do, this has helped me for the past couple of months. Grab your phone and give yourself a voice note. I don't even listen to them in the next morning. I really don't. But it allows me to just like really quick, just download everything out of my brain. And just whatever I'm thinking about, I get to turn it into like my late night ramble where I just rant about whatever is on my brain. And it just lets me just get it out. And then I watch something that's semi-mindless that I enjoy, but semi-mindless. And by mindless, I just mean I don't have to spend energy on it. I've either watched it before, so I know what's going to happen, and I'm not extraordinarily engaged in it to the point where I'm like, ooh, where it keeps me up. Or it's like a cooking competition show. And even then, it's probably a cooking competition show that I've already watched. So, like, I can, like, shut down. Anyway, try some of those. Maybe they'll help you. If not, I know that there are just a ton of other things that you can try. Those just happen to help me. The other thing that helped me was making sure my kids each had their own room so that they stopped sleeping with me. It definitely helped. I'll try those. It keeps me from writing in the morning when I want to because my brain isn't wording at that time. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Now for that, in conjunction with everything else to try to enhance your sleep at night, if you want to try to get your brain wording earlier in the day, then what you're going to want to do is starting whenever. I'm going to say starting today, but I don't actually expect you to have to start today. I just need you to start the day before you want to try the experiment. But like starting today, when you finish writing for the day, or when you're about to finish, I'll put it that way. When you're about to finish writing for the day, you're like, okay, I'm going to do one more sprint for 20 minutes and then I'm done. Don't stop at a good stopping point. Like, go through your 20-minute sprint, but don't be like, oh, I should finish this scene, or oh, I should finish this chapter, or oh, I need to finish this project for this client, or whatever the case may be. Now, if you're on a deadline for a client, yes, finish and get it out. But if you're not on deadline, like let's say if you're starting today, but your deadline is next Friday, do not go to a good stopping point. Don't do that. Get right ahead of it. Go right in front of that stopping point. So if you're at that, if you're, my brain just broke. If you're trying to get to the end of a chapter that you're writing, don't stop after the end of the chapter. Stop at the middle of the last scene. You like, and then he looked at the other guy with rage and hunger in his eyes. End it, right? You're about to go into a fight scene, but end it right before the fight. Right before the fight. Holy cow, I need more coffee. End it right there, and then leave yourself a little note. Right fight scene, right? Post it, boom, wherever, on the notebook, on the computer, wherever. So in the morning, hopefully you're feeling better rested. Hopefully the other tips work. But then when you sit back down to write, you don't have to spend any energy going, what was I writing and where did I leave off and what am I trying to do? You're right at the end of the scene. You read how far you are in the scene. You've got a little note saying, write the fight, and you're already like better able to get started. And it's like, have you heard of the laws of inertia? You know, like an object at rest tends to stay at rest until something comes and knocks it out of the way, right? Or an object that is in motion tends to stay in motion until something knocks it out of the way, right? It's the same with like your motivation for the day or writing or any of those things. The law of inertia still applies. If you're already writing and moving, you tend to stay writing and moving until something else happens. Maybe you get some pain or trip over something, or you have to stop and sit down. Are you ever like cleaning your house and you're like on a roll, but then you stop to sit down and then you don't want to get back up again? You're like, oh my God, I shouldn't have sat down. It's the same thing. So if you leave yourself just a little bit of writing, and instead of making it easier to take a break, make it easier to get started. And then you are writing. You're writing the fight scene, and by the time you're done finishing that fight scene, now you finish the chapter. Now you keep that momentum going. My brain words and loads of different times. There's no routine for my brain. I don't actually know if I have a more productive time. Maybe you don't. Maybe your brain is just always working at a steady level as far as productivity goes, in which case you just, like, I'm jealous. I definitely have specific times where I am super productive, and they're usually in the afternoon. My creative times are usually in the morning. So yay for those not ever matching up. But like in the morning, I feel like the most creative. That's when I feel imaginative, and that's when I can like get all kinds of ideas out, and I get like all excited about different things. And then in the afternoons, that's when I can start banging things out. Like they never match up. They never line up. So like it's a pain in the butt. However, maybe you're just, the productivity is the same for you, in which case all you really need to do is like these little tips and hacks that just make it easy to get going. And then once you get going, you're just going. I need to leave myself a note. I always think I'll remember, and sometimes I do, but there's times I'm like, what the heck was I doing here again? Yeah. Yep. Leave yourself a note. Do not, like, one of the biggest lies that we tell ourselves as people is, I'll remember that. I don't need to write it down. Even if you can't use a Post-it, or if you don't have a notebook, ideally Post-it and notebook. and or notebook, because they're physical and you can put them wherever you need them. So like you can put them on the coffee pot so that when you're making coffee in the morning, you see it like right fight scene. And you, oh yeah, I got to do this. Or you can put it on the face of your computer monitor, or you can put it like on your nightstand or wherever. Ideally, you want it somewhere portable where the night before you can plant it so that morning you will find it and be like, yay. Hang it in the bathroom mirror, you know. Or if you don't have anything like that, then you can put it at the end of the document. The only reason I don't like putting it at the end of the document is because that requires that I am going to open the document in order to see it. And if I'm not feeling particularly motivated, it takes me a while to even open the document. And then by then I have forgotten that I even left myself a note. Every night I have a story idea, and every morning I've forgotten it. Don't call me out like that. That just reminded me of the blog post idea I had last night that I didn't write down. Now, the good news is, I honestly believe that the best ideas will come back. Not all of your ideas will come back, but I do believe that the best ideas do. Even if you forget them for a time, at some point in time, something will trigger your memory. You'll be like, oh yeah, I was going to write about that. So the best ideas will come back around in another wave. Now, your smaller ideas, maybe not. Those might be lost forever. But as long as the best ones come back, I'm okay with that. But yeah, I can't. Are you kidding? My memory is so crap all the time. Like, I can't. It doesn't even take me a night to forget my ideas. There are times when I will walk down to the school to pick up my kids, and halfway back home, I will have an idea. And then as soon as I get into the house, I've already forgotten my idea. Dory from Finding Nemo. Yeah, pretty much. But over the years, I have come to realize that my best ideas always come back around. So, and she eventually found her parents. So, like, you can do great things with a bad memory. All right, y'all. Well, I hope you're feeling better. I hope you're great. You're going to have a great weekend. I have to run. I've got a lot of stuff to do and a couple of early calls before I can do it. So, y'all know what I'm going to say, right? You know the deal. I need us to set a reminder to read your book. It keeps slipping my mind. Do that. Reminder, and then every day, make it an optional one. So, oh, you know what? Do a checklist. Have I shown y'all how I do my calendar? If not, I'll show you in Monday's office hours how I do my calendar. Because ever since switching to this method, it has helped me feel so much better about different things. You haven't seen it? All right, Monday at office hours. Remind me. None of us are going to remember. I'll leave myself a note, but none of us are going to remember. All right, y'all. I hope you have an amazing weekend. Thank you for hanging out with me today. Go get all the words written, and I will see you on Monday, okay? Bye.